Hey there, Mountaineer fans, and welcome into another edition of Talking About Preseason. Today we are joined by four members of the Southern Vermont College softball team. From left to right, we have sophomore Rachel Robtoy, junior Emily Fleming, freshman Lauren Zobotowski, and junior Shelby Jones. Ladies, thank you for joining us today. Rachel, let's start with you. How do you think the team has handled the preseason so far?
I think we're handling it very well. You know, it's not easy to get up at the crack of dawn every morning, but each of us come in and we're dedicated and we're ready to play right from the get-go.
Emily, how different is this preseason compared to the two that you've been in prior to this year?
You know, we started a little nervous. I think the returners came back a little nervous, but we came in and it was almost seamless. You know, Coach Davis took over where Coach Baker left off, and it turned out really, really well.
Lauren, what have been the biggest differences for you so far going from the high school level to the collegiate level?
I think this year the coach expects a lot more, and kind of like the drills are a lot more intense, but I mean otherwise it's kind of like the same basics, and it was pretty easy to transition between.
Shelby, does this team still have a lot of work left to do, or do you think it's in pretty good shape and where you want it to be going into the first weekend?
Going into the first weekend, I think we're in pretty decent shape. I think the team is looking really well. However, there's always going to be room for improvements with anything, so we just got to make sure that we continue on throughout the season, working really hard to improve.
Rachel, who on the team has raised the most eyebrows for you guys during the preseason?
I wouldn't say there was an individual who raised the most eyebrows, but the team in general. Coming back from winter break and even summer, it's always hard to get in the flow of things, but this year we just there was no off season. We just came back and we're ready to play games.
Emily, what were you able to take away from last year that you think will help create more success during this season?
The team dynamic, definitely. We can take that from last year and bring it out onto the field with us and know each other more and more, especially the returners.
Lauren, what do you see as being the most special aspect of this team?
I think the relationships that we've all built. Being a freshman, it wasn't easy coming in to a new team, but they've accepted us really well, and I think probably the closest I've gotten to any team ever.
Shelby, if this team gets to the NECC playoffs, what will you be able to look back at and point to as being the biggest key for that result?
I think it would just have to be our hard work and our dedication to the sport and to ourselves and to our team. We, as Lauren just said, we're all very close. We all show a lot of hard work in practice and a lot of dedication on and off the field. And I think that if we make it that far, that'll be the thing to look back on and the reason to why we made it.
Rachel, what are you most looking forward to in the course of the season?
Besides the warm weather in Myrtle Beach, I'm probably looking forward to seeing the chemistry that we have in practice brought onto the field and the way that we work together on the field.
Emily, what can the Mountaineer fans expect to see out of this group during the season?
Wins, definitely more wins. Every season I've been here, we've had more and more, and I honestly believe that we're going to get to the playoffs this year, and I hope that the fans get to see that.
Lauren, without having seen any of the teams around the NECC yet, how well do you think this team is going to fare once you guys get into the conference schedule?
I think we'll do really well. We communicate, so that's a big part of it. But overall, I think it's just going to, all of us working together will be a good result in the end.
Shelby, how important is it for this team to get a few games in this opening weekend before you head down to Myrtle Beach for your annual spring break trip?
I think that it's extremely important. We can go in the gym and we can work out and practice and with each other all that we want, and we're going to improve as a team together, but I think that the real practice comes from playing games. It comes from the competition between our team and another team. I think that's where the real practice comes in. So any games that we can get in at this point are extremely important.
Very good. Well, the Mountaineers open up regular season play this weekend with a doubleheader against Brandeis University Sunday night over at the Hampshire Dome in Milford. After going down to Myrtle Beach for 8 games during the spring break, SVC returns to the Northeast to begin the New England Collegiate Conference schedule with a pair at Elms College on March 27th And then the Mountaineers host Mass College of Liberal Arts on April 3rd in their home opener. That doubleheader starting at 3:30 p.m. over at Willow Park. Ladies, thank you for joining us today, and we wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.